how many different words can be made using the letters in the following three states? So first of all, when I say words, I really mean how many different ways can we rearrange the letters. So for example, if we wanted to rearrange the letters in Iowa, we could start listing them, right? We could have I-O-W-A, or we could have I-O-A-W, or we could have W-I-A-O. And we could keep going and we could try to figure it out. But we already know how to solve this problem, right? There are 4 options for the first letter. There are then 3 options for the second letter. There are then 2 options for the third letter. And there's just 1 option for the last letter. So there are 4 factorial, or 24 different arrangements of letters for the letters in the state Iowa. Okay, now let's try Ohio. So you might think it's the same thing. There's 4 letters, so we have 4 options for the first, 3 for the second, 2 for the third, and 1 for the last. Except it's not quite that simple. To see why, let's maybe start listing some of these. So, I could have O-H-I-O. But I could also have something like, well, what if I switch the first and the last letters? Well, I'd still get O-H-I-O. In fact, no matter how you arrange these letters, there are 2 different ways to do it depending on which O you put first and second. So the order of the O's makes a difference. So yeah, there are 4 factorial ways to do this if you think that the O's are actually different. But once you realize that the O's are the same, you realize that every word appears twice if we kept listing them out. So there's actually just 4 factorial divided by 2, or 12 ways to rearrange the letters in Ohio. And things get a little bit more complicated when we get something like Mississippi. Right now you see we have 4 I's and 4 S's and 2 P's. But what happens here is similar to what happened in Ohio. So let's suppose I rearranged the I's. Well, how many different ways can I rearrange these 4 I's if they were all different? Well, there's 4 of them, so those 4 I's could be arranged in 4 factorial, or 24 different ways. Similarly, the 4 S's could be rearranged in 24 different ways, and the 2 P's could be rearranged in 2 different ways. So for Mississippi, and for any word where you have repeat letters, the way you do this is you start as normal. So there's 11 letters in Mississippi, so we'd start by saying, okay, there's 11 factorial different ways to arrange them. But then, since you can rearrange the same letter and actually end up with the same word, you have to divide out by those rearrangements. So there's 4 I's, so we have to divide by 4 factorial. There's 4 S's, so we have to divide again by 4 factorial. And there's 2 P's, so we have to divide by 2 factorial. So the answer for the number of rearrangements for the letters in Mississippi is this right here, and you can calculate and figure out what that is.